If you are an NRI, you might want to invest in US economy. After all, this is the most trusted and developed economies globally. At the same time, you might want to invest in India because यहाँ पे आपको आपके long term goals fulfill करने हैं. And then there's the country of your residence जहाँ पे आप काम कर रहे हो and जहाँ पे आपको आपके expenses and short term goals fulfill करने हैं. In short, your life goals are spread across multiple countries. तो naturally आपके investments भी multiple countries में spread होने चाहिए. That too strategically diversified across geographies. But how do you do that? How do you know how much to invest and where? How do you make sure that your life goals and investments are well aligned? चाहे वो इंडिया में हो या abroad. Hi, I am CA Ayush Bhatt, and in this video I will walk you through a 7-step practical process through which NRIs like you can manage your risk, returns, liquidity and taxation. Let us begin. Step number 1. Define your financial goals. And when I say financial goals, it means real financial practical goals, not just I want to grow my money. Ask yourself a question, why I am saving this amount? Is it for a short-term goal like buying a gadget or going on a vacation? Or is it a medium-term goal like funding your child's education or starting your business? Or it is a long-term goal like retiring in India or passing on wealth to the next generation. Here you're done with the first step. The second step is to ask yourself where the actual goal will be fulfilled. What I mean to say is, ask yourself a question that where will this actual cash outflow be, and not just where you are currently residing. For example, if you're planning for your child's education in the US, then that particular amount should be invested in US-based assets. If you're planning your retirement here in India, then that particular retirement corpus should be invested in India. If you're planning for your routine expenses and short-term goals, then that money should be invested into liquid funds in country of your residence. ये एक बहुत बड़ा point of difference बन जाता है when you're planning for NRI versus when you're planning for a resident Indian. Because matching your life goals with the currency of outflow is of utmost importance. The third step is to choose most appropriate investment option for you. Once you have the clarity where your goal is based out at, the next step is to choose the most appropriate investment option across these geographies. For example, if you are looking for global diversification, then US-based or global ETFs can be one of the options. You can execute them via well-known and trusted platforms. You can also invest into global funds through Indian-based feeder funds. If your focus is on short-term needs, then you can invest in simple liquid investments as simple as bank FDs in the country of your residence. Now, let us come to Indian investment options. You can invest in Indian mutual funds through your NRE and NRO accounts. If you are a high net worth individual, you can invest through PMS. That is a more structured and customized option available for you. If you are a risk-averse investor, you can invest in simple NREFD, which is tax-free. You can also invest in Indian real estate if you're looking for a long-term rental yield and capital appreciation. If you are a more hands-on investor, you can invest in direct equity through stock markets. Step number 4 is to think about currency risk. Let's say if you are earning in US dollars and investing in Indian mutual funds, and if INR depreciates significantly over the years as against US dollars, the dollar-adjusted return can fall, even if the underlying INR-based returns are handsome. Thus, for NRIs, it is imperative to invest in that currency in which actual outflow is going to happen. For NRIs, currency risk is real. It can eat into your returns if not accounted properly. Step number 5 is to get a good understanding of taxation aspect. In India, NRIs are taxed on gains from mutual funds, fixed deposits, and even on sale of properties. And for NRIs, TDS is deducted right at the source. If you are someone from a country like US, then there your global income is taxable again. So there can be a case of double taxation. But the good news is that India has DTAA, Double Taxation Avoidance Agreement with various countries, which can help you get rebate. Because taxation as a subject is dynamic and ever evolving, I would recommend you to hire a tax consultant who has good grip on all the jurisdictions involved, because it is better to be prepared rather than be surprised in the tax season. Sixth step is all about choosing right investment platform and investment account. Let's say if you are investing into India, choosing a NRE account or NRO account to invest is very important. If you are investing from a foreign source of income, you can invest through your NRE account, which is more tax efficient and completely repatriable. But if you are investing from an Indian source of income like rent or dividend, you should be investing from NRO account. We have made a separate video in detail which explains when to use which kind of account. Do watch that video if you have not already. Choosing the right investment route is just as important as choosing the investment option. Step 7 is about outlining a review and rebalancing process. Life changes, goals changes, economy changes, and currency fluctuates. Let's say you start with 60% global asset allocation and 40% allocation into Indian assets. अगले कुछ सालों में अगर इंडियन इकोनॉमी बहुत अच्छा करती है, there can be a case where allocation is skewed towards Indian assets. 70% Indian assets हो गया है and 30% global assets बच गया है. Now, this is a situation you are not comfortable with, क्योंकि यहाँ पे रिस्क बहुत ज़्यादा skewed हो गया है towards Indian assets. यहाँ पे rebalancing process काम आएगा. Rebalancing simply means resetting your originally intended strategic asset allocation. Here, we are not reacting to the markets, we are just keeping our strategic allocation intact. Ideally, आपको rebalancing process every 18 to 24 months पे करना चाहिए, या तो if there are some major life events like if you're getting married, you're changing countries, or if you are changing your job, आपको ये टाइम पे फ्रीक्वेंसी बढ़ा देना चाहिए about your rebalancing process. कुछ मिस्टेक्स हैं जो NRIs बार बार रिपीट करते हैं. Let me walk you through them. First and the foremost would be overexposure into Indian real estate. क्या आपने liquidity के बारे में सोचा है कभी? Second one would be not considering all the tax regulations involved. And third one would be not making a proper will or estate plan for entire assets of theirs. The bottom line is, asset allocation is not a one-time process for NRIs. मानता हूँ थोड़ा शायद से ज़्यादा complicated है, but this can give you good opportunities as well if आपने ये पूरा process discipline के साथ किया है. If required, you can hire a professional investment advisor as well, जो आपको ये पूरे process में help कर सकता है. If you found this video informative, do give it a like and share it with your friends who are NRIs. Thank you.